welcome to Coffee Tea with Aeson and Natalie. How are you, darling?
Hey.
Now, you had a kick-ass stream last night. If you missed it, go back and damn watch it. But you brought up something very interesting, and I kind of like it, and we need to talk about it.
Okay.
We need some reactions, people. Apparently, reactions do something. I don't know. She's figured this out, that the smileys, the starries do something. Can we fetch that on up, please?
Yes. Send stars, send likes, hit the follow button. Interaction. It keeps us up in the algorithm. It makes more people see us. So the more that you interact, and the more you hit the share button, the more that you tag other people, and the more people interact within that aspect, somehow more people end up seeing us.
Yes. Again, it's one of those things. We know we're broadcasting multiple platforms. So do whatever the YouTube-y, the Facebook-y, the likey, the smiley faces. No angry faces. You can also do a crystal ball. If there's a crystal ball there, we love those.
Yes.
All right.
Hi, Ari.
Hi, Ari. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Brenda, darling. How are you?
Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello, hello. All right. So hashtag tonight is Pound Psychic. We do want that kind of put out there. Let's see if we can get some traction on that one.
Perfect.
So with that, though, you know I'm a social media asshole. Meaning I'm in the Reddits, I'm toasting people, I'm firing them up, and something popped up. And I wanted to talk to you about it because it's part of your psychic development story.
Okay.
Okay, you're one of the few mediums I actually trust that will not bring up Abraham Lincoln just because I want to know what the fuck he was thinking about. Or John Gotti to explain to me how to make this mafia boss shit work. So I was reading in one of the psychic forums.
Yes.
That somebody was looking for a medium to channel their CP abuser and their SA abuser to get closure. And my God said, that's bullshit. I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole. Don't you dare respond to that. Do not put us into that energy.
Yeah, I'd have to agree strongly with them.
Okay.
As would my guides.
Yeah.
As would my guides. They'd be like, first of all, why would you want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
I understand that there is some element, exactly, Brenda, ew, right? Like, ew. First of all, I understand with trauma in my own experience, there is an element of wanting to approach those that have harmed you to say your piece or whatever that is. However, I got to be honest with you, when it comes to like psychopaths and sociopaths and narcissists, they're not sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever closure you're looking for, you're not going to get it from that person. The closure that you are looking for, you have to find elsewhere. You will not get it from, whether they are living or dead. You're not going to get the kind of closure that you seek from an abuser of any kind, because they're not sorry. They don't have empathy. They're not going to understand what you want from them, and any apology that they give you is going to be empty and meaningless, and it's just going to be words, okay? And you're still going to be left going, well, I don't feel like that was enough. So you're not going to get that kind of closure. Sorry. Bearer of bad news here. I've lived through enough trauma in my life to know that when you're looking for closure, you're never going to get it from the person that you want to get it from.
Right.
Okay?
But at the same time, I also was looking at this in different realms. Okay, there is not a medium that's calling up Hitler
An abuser
and getting a line to him.
No.
You'll get, sorry, this line has been disconnected.
Yeah. I get shown like big heavy curtains whenever spirit's like, yeah, we're not going to show you that movie.
Yeah.
We're not going to go there. They
Yeah.
just show me like really big heavy curtains, and that might have to do with like my background in theater and showbiz and things like that. That they're like, let's use that visual with Natalie. Like, we're just not gonna let her see behind the big red curtain, even
Right.
if she wants to. Very Wizard of Oz like.
However,
But
the lower vibrational section.
yeah, when it comes to mediumship or any form of spiritual connection, you have to be vibrating at such a level that it's first of all, why would you want to call forward such a negative energy that caused you so much damage? Why would you want to bring that negative energy back into your life? That is just beyond me. Secondly, mediums cannot just yank spirit from the heavenly planes or whatever term you want to put on that, and be demanding that we seek closure or have a conversation with spirit, because sometimes they don't want to talk to us. They have nothing to say. Anything that they do say isn't going to give you any sense of peace whatsoever, and chances are they're going to be just as mean in spirit as they were in this life. So like, nothing will have changed yet.
Let's talk about that one too. Okay, let's talk about when they cross over, they're still assholes.
Yeah, no, that doesn't like immediately change. Yes, there is an element of learning that we go through when we do crossover. Whether you want to call it like angel school, which is sometimes what I call it, or it's like guardian angelship, like training or whatever it is, there are lessons that we have to learn when we cross over. Whether or not we learn them, that's entirely up to us, because free will is still a thing.
But what I find interesting is when I interact with spirits. Yes, I do mediumship. No, I do not do mediumship online. You have to be face to face with me
Yeah.
for that to occur. I don't have that connectivity that Natalie does because I have to work at it.
Yeah. I
Oh,
just sometimes just stuff comes to me and I say things and people freak out. And I'm like, well, I'm glad that makes sense to you, because it means nothing to me.
right. But they are how they were. Example, when Dad's around, he's a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
He will hide my letters. His favorite thing is to take my car keys, because that was his thing when he grounded me, was to take my car.
Mm-hmm.
They don't lose their personality. So if someone's a nasty fucker, they're going to be a nasty fucker.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, I don't want to say it's not all love and light, because there is a lot of that. However,
It takes them somewhere in order to get to love and light.
yes, it does. It's like a staircase, and it's like after each staircase, there's like a little level that you go through, and whether you want to call those like the planes or the spiritual planes, whatever that is, but there's different vibrational levels, and once you figure out how to vibe at the next level, you level up, and that's the same as it is on earth, as it is in heaven, as above, down below. You know what I mean? Like, it's that. Okay, so it's like, as we learn to expand on our spirituality on earth and see the truth in things and see the beauty in spirituality and see how to like navigate shit,
Right.
we do the exact same thing in spirit.
Right. Oh, Dad only shows up in her cars with the smell of alcohol or cigars. Well, hopefully he doesn't do alcohol that often, because we don't need Brenda to be getting a speeding ticket and suddenly have to do a sobriety test.
And open up the window and be like, do I smell booze? No, that's just my dead father. Thank you.
Yes.
Have fun explaining that to the cops. Although I do joke around though, that I'm like, if knock on wood, if I were to ever get pulled over, I mean, I just know that spirit would just be cocky AF with me in that moment and make me say something to whatever officer was standing in front of me to get out of a ticket by saying something that I should not know about either them or a loved one, and it's going to be all over for me.
No, that's when, honey, you say, I do have a contract I can make a contract with the city. But let's ramble on that one for a moment.
Okay.
And we'll get back to this thing that, spirit will allow and will not allow.
Yes.
We both work police cases. I work mine pro bono. Yes, I will only work with an officer or a private investigator. I will not work with direct family members. if a family member approaches me, they need to go get someone else because I need a party that is not involved.
Right.
Do you have a
A
policy?
mediator.
Well, no, I need a party that's not involved so that as I'm discussing things in the case that would be very hard for family to hear.
Right.
But
And they wouldn't be able to validate whether or not that information was valid or not because they don't reveal all that information to the family,
not
you know?
no,
So,
but the other part of that is because, and it's weird, police will not listen to family members. They will listen to a private eye. They will listen to one of their own. They will not listen to family members.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, but dancing back to this, no, I won't. I'm not. No medium's going to be able to give this person closure. And there's a lot of people out there that will do it. It pisses me off that less than 24 hours after someone passed, and I'm not going to mention the name, but we know the star that, was a thriller.
Mm-hmm.
There was a medium online saying that they were channeling them.
Yeah. I'm like, they're not even all the way over there yet.
Yeah, they're not even around yet.
I was like, they're still lingering here because they're trying to process, at least over the next 3 to 4 days, the fact that they're dead.
Right.
How they're giving their final goodbyes while we're still processing physically their absence.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they are ready to fully transcend, then they're ready to do that. But it's like that doorway is open and they have every opportunity to move over really, really quickly, or they have the opportunity to linger around and do a little bit of healing with you before they cross over. Again, it all comes with free will. But I've done crossovers with those that have been absolutely stuck or terrified to move on because they just were not convinced that what they were going to walk into was going to be a positive experience for them based on what they did in this lifetime. Right. And sometimes I get to see what they did in this lifetime that's making them so afraid to move on to the next life because they are afraid that what they're about to go into is literal hell.
Right.
And they don't want to.
But at the same time, it allows them to focus themselves a little bit more.
Exactly.
On average, it's believed that it sometimes takes 30 days to cross over. Sometimes I've seen people go, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Right, exactly. I've lived long enough.
I'm just going to live in the kitchen for a little while. You go on.
Yep.
Leave me the hell alone. Get out of my way.
Exactly.
But that's their soul's choice. The other side of this, and the more complicated side of this, is the low vibrational energy. Granted, mediums have to raise their vibration to connect with the other side.
Yeah.
But the other side controls, if they'll answer the phone call. Because I'm sorry, I have clients that ask me about their loved ones, and David's like, no answer, unavailable, not hearing you, will not talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had that happen a number of times when people come and it's like, I want to talk to Dad, and Dad's like, nope, don't know who this dude is. Get the hell off my front porch and go the fuck away. I ain't talking to you. If my daughter wants to talk to me, she can talk to me herself.
This is the first moment's peace I've had in years, and now you're still bothering me.
Yes.
It's like I gave you 87 years of my life. Let me rest.
Well, think of this. Okay, Miss Natalie is in her shed working her mediumship readings. Now she crosses over, so she decides she wants to spend eternity in her shed working on communications. And I show up out of nowhere.
Right.
Going, I have a guy down here that wants to know if you're at peace.
I mean, you know damn well I am.
Leave me the hell alone and go away.
Really, know damn well I am. Now
Right.
leave me alone.
Right.
I will annoy you when I am ready for communication. Thank you.
Exactly. Now let's take someone like, you know, Pastor John
Mm,
from the Episcopal Church who is in his heaven,
mm.
and I show up.
Don't make me laugh while I'm drinking. I don't need boiling hot tea coming out of my sinus cavities today. Thank you.
What type of tea? I mean, actually fix your sinus problem.
No, well, I'm just doing the English tea, Tetley tea,
Okay,
because
here's
that's
some late
that's
night
like it's my
readings.
go-to. It's my comfort.
Here's
Hashtag
some for late
Taurus.
night readings because Natalie will be awake by the end of the show for the next 16 hours. Direct
I
infusion of caffeine.
I can drink one of these and go right to sleep. I've been drinking tea since I was like -2 years old, kind of thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it does not do very much for me anymore. I mean, it does wake me up in the mornings, but I think that's more to do with the heat of it
Exactly. That's what I'm
than
saying.
anything
It's available
else.
for late night readings. Little nasally, kind of like, Miss Fran Jesser, but she'll be available for, 2 a.m. communications with spirit.
And usually, whenever Spirit shows up, they're doing something rather grotesque in front of me to get my attention. And I'm like, can we not do that?
Let's not carry our heads through the house, please.
Right? You know, like people severing ligaments and like dropping them in places and then showing me their like those other parts of their body that were like slightly dismembered or, making me feel like what they felt like during their process of passing away. And I'm like, can we just not do this right now?
Right.
You had plenty of time during the day.
Mhm.
I was like, this is my time to turn off.
All right. But the
I
other,
appreciate you coming in, but not now.
right. But, that's why I have rules. Like I've told my guide, nobody is allowed in my bathroom. No one is
Yep.
allowed where I am sleeping because I have multiple bedrooms. That really doesn't help me. To say
Right.
nobody's allowed in my bedroom, David will look at me and go, which fucking one?
Whichever one I am in at the time that I am in it.
Exactly.
Like just use your common sense. Did you lose that when you died?
He lost his sense of humor, not his common sense.
Right. Yeah, just all of that. Just in all of the places to which I am sleeping, leave
Yeah.
me alone.
Yes. So you may want to have a talk with Natasha about places that spirit is allowed.
Right, exactly. I will say that sometimes I've had some of like the most profound channeled messages while I'm in the shower. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, you're giving this to me now when I literally have no access to anything with which to write this down, and you're expecting me to remember this?
Uh-huh.
I'm
Well,
like,
look,
I'm mid
I was reading
shampoo
one of your
cycle. I'm not
feedbacks
even
early.
halfway done here.
Well, I was reading one of your feedbacks early about you having to book an appointment up earlier because someone showed up earlier for their appointment.
Yes. Like I think it was somebody's grandfather. That I was just sitting there out on my porch and it was just like, it was just like, hello, who are you?
What time's your appointment?
Right. I was like, I'm pretty sure that you were for this person. Am I correct in that in feeling that? Okay. So we're not meeting with them until like 2:30. And it's like 11:45, dude.
Yeah.
So unless you've got something urgent that you need to say, can we not? And he just was just with me, and I was just like, all right, so I'm just gonna message them and be like, are you busy? Because like if not, can we do like, you want to do this now? Because I got time.
Right. Like I got time, but he's refusing to do dishes.
Right.
Like, you have me out here.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yari.
All right, let's talk. Third eye brings up so many damn things happen in the shower. You want to know why? Because it's the perfect combination.
Yeah.
One, you are in alpha mode. You've been showering since the age of 4. You can shower. Nothing really happens there. This is why
Yeah.
I highly recommend if you are doing health checks that you do not do them in the shower because you will forget. 2, you're
You
in
go into
water.
autopilot mode when you go in the shower. Like that's when I disassociate the most, which is why I channel so much in the shower because
Exactly.
I'm completely turned off on my consciousness.
Not only that, but you are in water.
Yeah, which
Okay.
is keeping that energy flowing, and you're also cleansing yourself at the same time.
Exactly. But water is the biggest transcommunicator ever. If you really want a message from spirit, take your happy little butt either to the shower or happy little butt into flowing water.
And sit and meditate or sit and talk.
Exactly. That's why a lot of old churches will not have a baptismal. They will baptize you in the freaking lake in a snowstorm. They don't care. They're not sprinkling you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't let me go talk to some of those old-timey pastors. They'll explain why there's not a baptismal hot tub in their church.
Right. We live by the old ways.
Exactly.
I'm like, really? Which old ways are those? Are they my old ways or your old ways? Because
Actually,
my
both.
old ways are a little bit different than your old ways.
Both. I have no problem dunking somebody who's having a problem with spiritual energy. I will gladly take them to the local river and dunk their ass.
It makes me laugh when I see people like blessing like their chalice for holy water, and I'm like, that's witchcraft. Just low key in my head, just like they're doing witchcraft in a church.
Uh-huh.
And it's funny, and I'm like, oh, the hypocrisy is it's so delightful some days.
Well, it's not hypocrisy. The problem is that it's a shared traditional value.
Yeah.
It's like meatloaf.
Not much has changed there.
Nope. What's even better is when they're actually doing it for wine. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So what has been on your barometer?
I feel like, oh God, okay. So I know. Okay, so they keep showing me like the 5 of Wands, and I do feel like there's going to be a lot of argumentative energy that's coming up, and there's going to be a lot of even fighting with their own internal selves over making the right decision or beating ourselves up over making the wrong decisions as well. So I feel like that there's going to be a lot of like argumentative energy that's happening, but I also feel like that's intertwined with shadow work or releasing old patterns, whatever path you want to walk with that. But I do feel like that's part of like this big shift that a lot of us are going through, is just like getting out all of those little petty little arguments, which I'm really not looking forward to, but who is?
Why not?
Says the fire sign.
Says the Queen of Petty.
Says the fire sign. Like, let's do it.
Exactly. Let's get this problem out on the board.
I'm going to start poking.
Uh-huh.
And look, I got 5 of them. I can multitask.
Exactly. I can hit all of you at one time. But no, petty arguments are fun. I get petty. If you guys haven't seen my TikTok, I am a petty bitch.
Yeah.
One of the networks I'm really a petty bitch on. Just saying. I'm being very much of a petty little bitch. They didn't want to handle issues, so I'm reporting to them daily.
Right.
Every sniffing problem. But anyhow, moving forward. For me, I don't know. I think I may be going through a time shift again. I've been doing this all of 2022, where I go from night shift to day shift to night shift, and we're getting ready to go through Mercury in retrograde.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's probably why I'm picking up on all that petty argumentative.
energy, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I am like, can someone up there figure out when you want me to work? I
Right.
don't care. CEO, Archangel Michael. Hey, Gabriella, how are you on that timekeeping theory we discussed 20 years ago?
Right. Hang on.
Yeah.
Whoop. I love it when they do that.
Oh, when they jump out?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, during all these changes that are going to be coming up, Spirit's going to be giving us like those little legs up, if you will, and going to be giving us a little bit of a boost. And I do feel like all this white energy is something that we all need to be focusing on, which is like representative of clearing out all that negativity. Okay. So if you want a boost in this journey and trying to clear out all that negativity, start doing white light meditations. Make sure you're grounded before you do any kind of meditative work. If you don't know what that is, look it up.
Google is your friend. Or call your psychic. We will gladly teach you over an hour-long session how to meditate.
Exactly. Like gladly. But surrounding yourself with white light. Don't spend too much time worrying about why all of this BS is happening, because it's just happening because it's happening, okay? All of these planetary retrogrades that are happening and all of these freaking squares where every freaking planet's just like having a moment with each other. Okay, it's just there's just a lot of just bumping into each other and being really angry at each other. Okay, when it comes to that, lean on the communities that are surrounding you. Okay, those that you can feel comfortable with, lean on them during that time. If you need people to vent to, you can vent to us, you can vent to your friends, vent to your family. Okay, but pay attention to the messages that Spirit is giving you. Okay, pay attention to all the feathers too that are being dropped around you. Okay, those are signs that everything's going to be okay and that there is a change in the wind, so to speak. Okay, and this too shall pass. All right, so like don't freak out about it for too long.
Okay. So
I felt very compelled. They're like, pull cards.
yeah, mine. I'm doing what I call a jump reading. I just need one more card to move. Who else has got something else to say?
Right.
Fine. All right, here we go. 5 cards. Following out first, we have the Knight of Wands. Somebody needs to be doing some study and digging into something. There's possible travel occurring. Be watchful of it. We do have the Lover's card, relationships. What are your partnerships doing? And when I say partnerships, you got to understand that it is more about the Lover's card than the lovers. It is not just sexual or passionate relationships. You have work partnerships, you have working partnerships, you have friend partnerships. Those will be a focus.
That would
Now,
be community.
yeah, it is not time to focus on the family. The Ten of Cups here says, fuck off. There is no balance in judgment. Judgment doesn't care. You will feel oppressed, but you also need to take some time for play. To put it nicely, I will say this: go fuck off for a little while. Sometimes when you're in an argument, it's best to go fuck off.
Yep. Go walk away, go clear your head, go vent to your friends, go vent to your community.
Go for a walk.
Right?
Not if you're on the right path. If not, take a hike on another one.
Right?
And always remember, we just want to point out that, Damiana and Foxglove are both in bloom right now with beautiful purple berries that could be blueberries.
For those who don't understand, Google will be your friend during this moment. Just for those of you who don't understand what he's implying here, just Google search real quick, okay?
Yes.
You'll find out real quick what he's inferring to.
Fruit salad time.
Yes.
Oh, pies. A delicious pie.
There's a couple of pokeberry bushes right out front for me as well.
Ooh, pokeberries are lovely fruit.
They are, aren't they? They're very bitter, though. They're gonna need a lot of sugar.
That's okay, honey. Use Confederate sugar.
Right. Just sprinkle a little on the top to enhance the flavor.
Right, and you want to use Confederate sugar because it also matches the color of arsenic.
Yes. That's what I was like, just sprinkle a little on top, just for flavor. It's like MSG.
Yeah,
Which also kills you slowly.
that's why they added it to potato chips.
Right? But it's delicious though.
No, it isn't.
I think it is.
It makes Aeson sick.
I use it occasionally. I think I've had the same jar of accent seasoning for like 3 years.
Honey, are you playing the long game here?
I mean, it just goes to show how much I use it, but I do use it occasionally.
Right.
Occasionally.
Yeah. For those that are new watchers to me, me and my other co-hosts all have a running joke that when we're tired of our husbands, we will make them a homemade salad and a lovely dessert and collect a life insurance policy.
Right? Be like, see ya, honey. Oh, look, we're out of milk. I'll be right back. 35 minutes later. Oh no.
Actually, 2.5 hours later, honey, you want the body cold and you want to wait for everything to dissipate out of the body.
There you go. Lessons for everybody. Pay attention.
Anyway. So, yes, we're getting ready to come into petty bitch season.
Yes, we are.
All right, third eye, what are you confused about, honey? We'll break it down.
As to what he's inferring to. It's Snow White and the apple.
Oh, please. That apple was a crab apple that was soaked in peppermint tea.
In comparison to the fruit salad that you would make.
Exactly.
So, I did a podcast.
I heard.
I did, and it was really fun. And I got to listen to the pre-cut of it, and it's really good.
Okay.
And I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it. It was really fun.
All right. Third eye, what I'm inferring to is 2 herbs that are naturally wild collecting right now. Is one herb called foxglove, also known as digitalis. The other is poke, which is also a poisonous plant. The third one is hemlock, which is a poisonous plant.
Yes.
All 3 of these are in bloom right now with beautiful berries that look like blueberries or blackberries. Here's a note. In nature, if it's purple, it's poisonous.
Yeah.
If husbands are becoming a problem, you make them a lovely salad with fresh greens you went out to gather. Or you make them a lovely pie with fresh berries you went out to pick. Both of which you add will take care of your problem, and you will not have to worry about the dishes being done because there will be no dishes.
Yes. You didn't hear anything. This conversation never happened.
Well, of course it happened. I've gone on record in saying this.
Like all these platforms, like, is he saying what we think he's saying? Yes, he is.
Yes. It's hysterical watching my husband try to get around a salad.
It is. They're just like, what did you put in here? Don't worry about it. No, seriously, what did you put in here? Don't worry about it. It's good.
Exactly.
Have a bite. Tell me what you think.
Have a few.
Right.
But no, these are running jokes me and my husband have, and if he starts annoying me, I start chanting digitalis foxglove,
Right.
Wolf's Bane.
You just start going through to the spice cabinet and just pulling out all the back stock, and they're like, oh shit.
Exactly.
Just everything that you got hidden in the back. You're just like, I'm taking this stuff out. They're like, oh damn.
Actually, I don't. This is a herbalist note, especially if you have muggles in your house. Do not store your poisonous herbs
Out in the open.
with your cooking herbs.
Yeah,
This
don't
can be very
just
deadly. I
just
have a
word to the wise. Just don't.
I have a lovely witch friend who was newly married, and she had just stuck stuff in the cabinet, and she wasn't watching, and she was making biscuits for her newly minted husband. She wasn't paying attention to the bottle she grabbed. Poor girl made the best looking, most taste appealing looking cat head biscuits with pine sol,
Oh no.
and did not catch it until her husband ate them.
Oh no.
Yes, his digestive tract was cleaned out purely. They could have given this poor man a colonoscopy without a problem.
Oh no. Oh, that's terrible. I can just ew.
Yeah,
Just ew. I mean,
yeah.
I think the worst that I've ever done is really over I put the salt in instead of sugar. Like I just absentmindedly put it was like 3.5 cups of sugar, and I was like 3.5 cups of salt, no problem.
Well,
And then I go to eat it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to die of a heart attack like in 35 seconds because of the amount of salt that I just put in my mouth. It's like there's no amount of water that's gonna bring my tongue back to a rehydrated state.
well, I think my worst problem with this marriage is I made spaghetti sauce from scratch while working. Now, David doesn't know how to cook. Food is not his thing.
The guy who sniffed all of his food because of his ex-wife. Oh, that's terrible. That's
Um,
bad.
Joe has a problem with sinus infections. He gets them quite often. My remedy is garlic. I
Mm.
wasn't thinking. I just had garlic listed down in my head of, oh, I need to put extra garlic in this. So I did. Apparently, it was enough garlic to eradicate his sinus infection for a year. Matter of fact, he hasn't had one for a real bad one for a while since then. But
But he still
also
smells like
apparently
garlic.
eradicated vampires and exes and everything else out of his life.
I was like, but he still smells like garlic even to this day, and he hasn't had it since.
Oh, please, honey, if I'm cooking, there's going to be the Holy Trinity in it: garlic, onions, and peppers.
Yes. You know how many times, like, if anytime we're having really anything for dinner, and I'm like, you know what this meal is missing? And my husband's like, what? And I'm like, caramelized onions. So I whip out like 3 of them and start chopping.
Uh-huh.
I was like rip roaring hot pan and some butter and oil.
Yeah.
I was like, it's always missing onions. It's always missing onions.
Yeah. But no, I have a lovely spice rack. I will show it to the patrons later that I've built. But no, I do not keep any herbs that could be used as deadly herbs in a small quantity. That's the important part, because like you can kill somebody with rosemary, but the infusion is like 2 mason jars of rosemary to oil over 6 months. So I'm not too worried about my muggle husband cooking in my kitchen.
Mistaken, putting all of that, imbibing all of that rosemary oil in that period of time. Like that's not likely going to happen.
That's not likely going to happen.
No.
So, but I do keep my more colorful herbs out of my kitchen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we should.
Yes.
Same with medication. Keep out of reach of children. It's like keep out of reach of muggles.
Yes.
It's like use only if you know how to.
Well, honey, I already put that on the Cajun season spice.
Right, exactly. Some of that Dano's barbecue rub seasoning, just sprinkle a little bit of extra in there. Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how that got in there.
But no, it's fun having muggle husbands. It really is. I enjoy
Sometimes it is.
I enjoy torturing them. I really enjoy torturing them.
I just have like this look on my face half the time. It's like I know something that you don't know, And I know that you know this, but I also know that you're too stubborn to admit that this is also true.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just gonna keep going with the I know something you know. So I know something you don't know, and know that low key that kind of scares you a little bit.
Exactly. The other thing is fun is, I have a broom system in my house. The reason I have a broom system, I have brooms for different reasons. I have brooms for my wood floors. I have brooms that do great on linoleum. I have brooms that are used for ritual. So it gets very confusing for my husbands to go sweep floors.
Like, which one am I allowed to use here?
Yeah, I actually tag them.
Yeah, I have
I had to
two.
label
I
them.
have two brooms right by my front door, and my cat is obsessed with chewing on the twigs at the bottom of it, and I am repeatedly, multiple times a day, having to pull her off of it. To be like, can you stop biting the broom? That is not yours.
Why do you have them down? You need to put them up.
Well, no, she's sitting there like on the little string and the bark on the handles, like she's sitting there like biting on it, and then all she sits there and pulls them down and starts chewing on them and turning them like right side up.
Yeah. Tell her to leave that alone or you will
Yeah.
have to reduce the amount of cat food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not thrilled about it. She think it's another toy to her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you since you've just recently started your business and your
Yes.
husband has been around for a while. What is the one psychic game you like playing against him?
Yeah. He thinks he's closed off.
Yeah, he's an open book, but anyhow.
And he thinks that I can't. And it's funny because I can.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things that a couple of years ago he had challenged me psychically, had challenged me, which first of all, don't do that to a psychic or a medium, because if you put us on the spot and we're not in the right headspace for it,
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to be able to pick up on something. Okay, it's not just like quick fire stuff. You got to be in the right headspace for it. But there was one moment when I asked him, who is oh my god, I can't even remember their name now. I remember Louise was one of them, and then there was like an S name. And
Mm-hmm.
he's like, I don't know who those people are. And I was like, that's weird, because I would almost put money on them being your great grandparents.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I would almost put money on this.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I've never heard of these people at all. And like 2 years later, I ended up going on to like ancestry.com to look up stuff for my family, like my mom's side of her family, and ended up just adding things on to mine. And it was like, I did my husband, and then there was his parents, and then there was his grandparents, and then, oh, lo and behold, there's this person, and then Louise. And I was like, son of a fucking bitch, that is his great grandparents.
Uh-huh.
There was no amount of convincing. He's like, you did that beforehand and then just told me what their names were. And I was like, no, I literally just found this out just now. And he's like, I don't believe you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, whatever. I was like, it's not my job to prove to you that I'm a psychic or a medium. I was like, I have hundreds of reviews on multiple different networks, all stating that I understand, like I see and know shit. So it's like, I don't need your validation. But if I tell him that I feel uncomfortable in a certain space and we need to get out of there like as fast as possible, do you not think that he drops literally everything and goes out to the car like as fast as possible? Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That'll be good for you. That way you can get out of things you don't want to do.
Right, I'm like, I have a really bad feeling right now. But I've like, there have been times where like we're driving on the road and he'll like start like putting the indicator on to go right, and I'm like, please don't do that. And he's like, but that's the way I was like, you're gonna have to take the next one because I don't like that road right now.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like later in the news, I found out that there was like an accident that happened like later in the day, but I still had like a weird feeling about that road in general, because that energy was still building up that was gonna happen at some point in the day. And I was like, we're gonna take a different route.
Right.
I don't like that road. And he's like, that there's no one on it. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't like that road. Next.
Right, but at the same time, it's a lot of differences. Apparently, for the first 2 years of our relationship, Joe thought I could read his mind, and it's like, no, sorry. If I wanted to read War and Peace, I would get the book out.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, yes, sometimes I can like pick up on what people are thinking, but that's not That is a form of telepathy, but it's not telepathy. I'm not a mind reader. I'm a psychic. Being a psychic and being a mind reader are two very different things.
Mm-hmm.
And people think that they're the same thing. And I'm like, no, very different.
Right. And then being a witch, he's gotten to the point now he just walks in and looks at me and goes, "Aren't you going to do something about this?" What?
Do something about what? What are you referring to?
Yeah.
My love.
Yeah. Hello, Donna, honey. How are you? All right. So Donna, 111169. Hello, Lightbringers. Does Spirit have a message for me? Well, of course they always have something to say. What do you got?
Have patience. I feel like that you're waiting for a new journey or a new path, or you're waiting for something to open up, because I feel like that like the stagnancy that you've been feeling for a while is getting really annoying, and you're getting kind of impatient as to like this. I feel like dusty is like the word that I want to use. I do feel like come November is going to kind of open up a new door for you, and I even feel like it's going to be like up in the third eye, so whether or not you're going to go through another awakening with your third eye, but I do feel like that this stagnancy or this waiting period that you're going through, like, okay, I did all the work and I think I did all the work, and now I'm waiting for like that energy to come into me, and I don't think it's happening. Just have a little bit more patience, Donna, with this new journey, and get ready for a couple of headaches. Just want to like forewarn you on that one. Like when this whole process starts, you're going to get like optical headaches, sinus headaches, and just like a lot of pressure along here, because I just got like flash headaches like just for a few moments there.
Hi, Jason.
You know if that makes sense for you.
Jason, will you message me? Because I have a note on my desk that I need to talk to you, and then that way I'll follow up.
Hi, Jason.
All right, Donna, let's see what the Black Tarot have to say for you tonight.
Your altar is dusty. Yeah, your altar is dusty. Yeah.
All right, as you know, the Black Tarot does not pull punches. Here we go, darling. We have the Tower. You've gone through some changes. They are hard. You're also trying to work with things you don't want to deal with right now. You're going to have to deal with them. Moving ahead, it will open up an emotional passion that will allow you to create a circle of comfort and allow to build things. Also, this brings in more money for you, and also into more secrets. Yes. So is your podcast out yet with Jason, or?
That comes out tomorrow.
Yay.
Saturday. So if anybody wants to listen to the interview, then check out the Esoteric Book Club. And they also have a discussion group as well that you should check out. But if you want the extended version of the interview, then you're going to have to sign up as a Patreon.
Mm-hmm. Third eye, we need your name and birthday. Sorry, the lawyers hate us. Awesome. All right, guys. So this is going to be a very busy weekend for Aeson.
Is it?
Yes. We have Psychic Saturday on Saturday. I'm also having a New Moon Brew and chat. That's where everyone gets to come into a Zoom and chat. Gabriella, we need a question and a birth date if you want a reading. And then on Sunday, I'm teaching Journey of a Fool 101. Feel free to, if you want to join that, go to my website. You can click on that and get into that class. And then after that one, I'm teaching the Book of the Old Law, how the Book of the Old Law applies to our today times.
Yeah, but that little bit at the end is really funny.
Yep.
Jason, that little bit at the end, it's really funny.
All right. Third eye, we need a year, honey. We got to make sure you're 18. Gabriella, career, and her birth date is 7/16/91. I'm going to do something I saw you do last night, and I kind of like the idea of it. That way we can keep up with who we're talking with. Well, darn. You done started this jumping thing. I'm going to get you on that one.
Well, usually whenever you come onto my lives, my deck starts going absolutely freaking crazy, like every single time. So even when you're using one of your aliases, I'm like, I know exactly who this is. Just because my deck is like, we're not going to stay in your hands. And I'm like, I know exactly who that is. I know whose guys that is.
All right, Gabriella, here we go. So, career-based information. We have the four of you're really trying to hold tight to your money right now. You're trying to get moving forward. We do have the Sun card, so you need to start taking more credit for yourself. I would say applying for something different. I also feel like it'll probably begin in late September, early October. With that, we have the Knight of Swords here, so it's a project that you will be very, very into. And we have the Ten of Wands here, which means don't take on more projects than you can handle. What's my TV writing career looking like? It looks like it's very good. Okay. I think that you'll do well, but you've got to make sure to balance yourself.
And that's essentially what I got as well. I got the King of Cups, which is emotional balance. There's that Ten of Wands matching exactly what Aeson pulled, saying make sure you're not taking on more than what you can handle. If you are dealing with any emotional baggage, I feel like that you need to let go of this emotional baggage as well. Spirit is really encouraging you to deal with matters at the heart, or dealing with like that sense of disappointment. Know, like, have strength and faith and know that like this little ship is coming in for you. Spend a little bit of extra time on your meditation game, or like looking inwards as to like I think that like there's some fear processing that you need to go through as well.
All right. So there's Gabriella. Now we got Third Eye. Thank you for your birthday, Third Eye. It's an open shot, September 5th of 68. All right, let's back this up. All right, guys, you guys cannot start mingling. This is not Cards Against Humanity. We are not playing Battle of the Double Deck.
Speaking of which, I actually have Cards Against Humanity sitting right next to me underneath my table.
Oh. I'm reading with them. It's quite fun.
That's exactly the reason why I have them underneath my table. No, like I haven't figured out how to like well, not how to, but like there's a certain energy I gotta get into with it.
Right.
And right when I said that, my entire right ear went completely deaf for like a whole like 2 seconds. That was cool.
Yep. All right. So let's go with Third Eye, see what we got going on here.
Okay. Seven of Pentacles, I do feel like the hard work that you're putting in to manifest something or like create growth in your world, you're working really hard to do that. And I even feel like that there's a part of that as well that has to do with like your family tree growing as well. And I do feel like that the messages that you are receiving with like the Page of Cups, like these intuitive messages that you're gaining from Spirit, I do feel like that you are working on them or working with them to help release some old stagnant energy. And the High Priestess is telling you to really, really listen to your intuition, really hone in on what that crown energy is telling you. And I do feel like that the meditation work that you are putting in, it's really paying off. And I'm seeing quite a little bit of success and joy and excitement. And I really feel like that this energy is going to start taking off for you. And I feel like that there's going to be a moment of like healing that comes full circle for you. Like you're no longer going to be in the state of like needing to heal, that period of healing that you're going through or have gone through is going to come full circle. And that looks beautiful for you, my dear. Hope that makes sense for you.
Awesome. All right, so my take on this third eye. I feel like you've been doing some sacrificing lately. You need to be questioning if it's worth it. I also feel like with that, we have the Six of Cups here, so you need to start making things more simpler around you. You're aggravating yourself with them. We have the Ten of Spears here. People are not paying attention to you. You need to be working with that. But at the same time, you need that space to pick up your ideas and move forward with them. You do have the star card here showing that you're really ready to take off and do something. With that, once you get yourself through this process of about 5 weeks of reevaluating your options, you'll do very well. Hello, Brenda Brown. How are you, darling? Let's take a look and see how our finances are looking at 9960. And then we're coming back to our how's our money going? Can I just say I love this deck of the Black Tarot? And if you're wanting a copy of it, the link's in the description. You get your 20% off.
Cool deal.
All right.
You want to lead? You want me to lead?
You lead. Ladies first.
All right. So the Emperor card comes out. You need to start taking back control of your financial situation. Once you do, you're going to start realizing how much joy you're finding in that. This new journey that you were about to embark on with the Ace of Pentacles here, this little seed that you were starting to grow, I feel like that this is going to end up coming full circle. And I do see a partnership coming out as well, or someone that's going to be partnering with you in this and pouring the same energy that you're pouring into this project as well. And I feel like that that's going to lead you to a lot more stability. And I'm being shown eggs, which is like representative of like nest eggs and things like that, or something that you are just starting to grow. Don't be worried about the blockages that you I feel like you either are experiencing right now, or if you're just like sitting in front of your computer and you just don't know like what to do. Take some deep breaths. That will change. Okay. I feel like those little blockages are going to start cracking open for you really, really soon. Okay. So don't worry about that too much.
Right. All right. My take on the finances. I have the Page of Wands here. You need to take on a new theory or idea on how to balance something. I also feel you have a new project running on here with the Nine of Spears showing up. You have money coming in. You've got a wish going on. It's going to happen. You need to be watching what you say about your money. I wouldn't be saying you're broke. We also have the Two of Wands here, where you start doing some financial planning into a larger project. Moving on to the Ten of Cups. You get what you asked for. All right. So let's go back and talk about Jason's podcast.
Yes.
Now, Jason is 6'2" of 82. Hello, Jason. We like having you around, and we will take a moment here. Let's rock it. All right. I love doing these types of readings because they're business types of readings, and I can go all around and not have to be nice about it. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so here we go. Understand this is a merry-go-round of information. I'll go first on this. We have up the Four of Spears. I feel like that financially it's going to be benefiting you. With the Death card here, it shows me you're going to be changing formats very quickly to something that's more involved, more inclusive. We also have the Two of Cups, so there's a business partnership coming in. You may be hiring employees, but it's still a partnership. With that, we have the Knight of Cups. You should make sure, if it isn't feeding your passion, to change it quickly. Because it'll also not feed the passion of the readers. With the Ten of Wands, it reminds you to keep a to-do list and stick to your format and stick to what you need to get done. Whether it's posting, whatever, it needs to function like clockwork. If it does not function like clockwork, you need to fix that. before you get into a bigger space. With the Pentacle showing up here, I do feel like it will take off and to do something else, bigger, faster, and wider within about 8 to 9 months.
Okay. Yes, I kind of agree. The Emperor card comes out for you as well, and I do feel like that you're going to be kind of standing in control of your own chaos, as it were. The Four of Pentacles then comes out as well. Again, I do feel like that there's going to be another financial opportunity that comes for you, and then there's the Six of Swords that's going to be taking on to better and brighter things, and there's the Eight of Cups as well that's saying that it's time for you to move on, or there's going to be a change in the wind. And like the little bit of emotional like drainage that you have left, I feel like that there's going to be new cups that are going to be filled in the future. It's going to bring you a lot more balance. And I do want you to listen to your intuition a lot more. Pay attention to the signs and symbols that you've been getting. I know that you're really, really good at that. But I do feel like that you are ready to kind of like move on between these two little towers here in the background and move on to something really cool.
Yep.
You're welcome, Brenda.
Okay. So that's been fun. We love doing readings.
We really
Especially for people we don't get to read for that often. Like I rarely get to take a look at Jason's life, and it's always fun.
I know, and I think it's really fun that when new faces come on that have never experienced us before. Like last night, I had quite a few new people, and there was like one person who right at the end they were just like blown away by like my accuracy because I like mentioned certain items by name. That they had around them. And they're like, I literally have that exact thing in my car, exactly as you said. And I was like, that's really cool.
Right. So, all right. So, let's talk, the pendulum's path. What are you doing this weekend?
Oh my gosh, what am I doing this weekend? I know tomorrow I have an eye appointment because my eyes are not working anymore, and I need new glasses. I've needed a new prescription for like 3 years, to be honest. I just haven't had the money nor the time or the energy to go and get that taken care of. Right. So very shortly you'll be seeing me with new spectacles upon my face, or no glasses, because I might just go the route of getting contacts again, because sometimes glasses make me angry.
I don't know. I've debated contacts. I don't know if I'll do them again. All right, so if you want to get a hold of Miss Natalie, there's a direct route. You can get right onto her appointment book. That is the Pendulum's Path. You can go right there. You can book your appointment, get all comfy. You do not have to go get dressed, get in a car, drive to Boonfuck, Egypt to get a hold of her.
No, you can just sit at home and with your jammies with snacks and drinks and a heated blanket if you want to. I don't care. I want you to be as comfortable as possible, because sometimes what comes out is a little bit difficult to process. And if you're doing that face to face in front of somebody you've never met before, it can be awkward.
Yeah. So, all right. So, and then we have, of course, my site, Aeson Knight. Again, I am teaching 2 classes this weekend, hosting a free chat, New Moon Brew. This is where you come chat. We'll talk about something. We always figure it out when we get there, because it's whatever's going on in the group in general. And then one of them is a paid class. It is my first step into the tarot. It is called Journey of the Fool for a reason, because when you begin working with tarot, you should be the Fool card, number 0, working your way through every one of the 78 friends there. So if you want to take that class, you can do that. If you want to book an appointment with you can go there and do that too. I do have Psychic Saturday. This is my end of the month special, where it's $20 for a 15-minute reading. That is the cheapest you will ever get me, is a Psychic Saturday. I will also be doing a live on Saturday. That is probably where I'm going to do the energy overview. I've decided to move those to a live show.
Okay.
Then I'll take and repurpose them into videos.
Nice.
Yes. I really am enjoying the live instead of doing videos. So I may even do a live tarot review and talk about tarot. But those are going to be shorter lives.
Yari's like, and you need a box of Kleenex if you're going to do a reading with Natalie.
I
have, it's one of those things, like, I'm used to people crying in my sessions. It's just, it's part of the healing process. It really is. But I'm used to people
that's the way
getting emotional. It's part of it. I'm used to it,
Yeah. My husband said we should invest in Kleenex, the company, as a stock trade, just because of the amount of readings, and you've seen the amount of tissues we go through in person, especially during 2019. 2019, you're getting a new job, tears fall.
Yeah.
You're getting married, tears fall.
Yeah.
So
it was everything. It's like your dead son is with you right now and has a message. Tears are falling.
Right.
It's one of those things, or they get confirmation of something and then tears start falling. It's just
right.
Whatever it is. I'm used to I'm used to people crying.
Right. All right, guys. We hope you've enjoyed tonight. We hope you've enjoyed a little hot tea and a good bit of coffee. And I'll see you tomorrow night on Mountain Bears at 9:30 p.m., where we'll be talking about GBLT issues, hot topics, and of course readings if they pop up. That is the focus of that show. And of course, Natalie will be popping up and doing lives when she's in the mood. And her back is being nice.
Yes. When my back isn't falling apart and I'm in debilitating pain, then yes, I will be on for a live.
Maybe we can convince her to go for a walk and do some yoga, and they'll get her ready.
Yes. Yes. I feel like Pagan Pride is going to be a real test of my own physical strength.
That's okay. I'll have my yoga mat in the car, honey.
I might need to take some breaks throughout that day.
Yes. All right, guys. You have a wonderful evening. We will see you later. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.